Welcome back, YouTube. You're watching reality news. We seek, we find, and we tell the truth. You're watching Talking Trump with Jay, segment 4. Will Donald Trump usher in the Antichrist? And who's his right hand man, Jared Kushner? Reality news starts right now. Welcome back, YouTube. You're watching reality news. Talking Trump with Jay, segment 4. I'm just going to jump right into this. This is, where we left off was the New World Order. And we all know it's coming. It's just a matter of time. But like I always say, since Trump has gotten into the office, things have moved very quickly. Very quickly. I mean, because he's always signing everything. And half the time, I mean, do you know what he's signing?
No. I just hear it on the news.
I mean,
some stuff.
And yeah, well, we heard it on Communist News Network, so we don't know what to really believe. But anyway, my thing is when it comes to the New World Order, there also comes the Antichrist. Because that's the Antichrist spirit.
Yeah.
So, and this is not very far. This is not very far away at all. So let's kind of dig into what Trump is, how he's connected to this New World Order, and maybe I'm not saying he is, but I mean he's a good candidate
Either
for
he
it.
is or he's going to usher in the Antichrist.
And he could usher in
Which we have a few people in mind, which we'll talk about.
Yeah. Well, my thing is let's get this out of the way. Everybody always thought it was Obama, and
and I did too.
I did too.
That would have been my first choice.
But my thing is nobody ushered him in. You know what I mean? I mean, America did, obviously, and his numbers were. I mean, even when he left office, they were just terrifically high. You know, so. So my thing is now here comes Trump. Now he came out of nowhere, and if you kind of follow the New World Order and the Bible and stuff, it'll tell you the Antichrist will come out of nowhere, will be hated but loved as he grows in power.
Right. He was a business mogul, star of the show Apprentice, one of the most decorated businessmen of all times, stuff like that.
Trump?
He just came out of nowhere, like you said.
Well, he was
Popped up out of nowhere. All of a sudden, he's running for president now. So.
Well, no, he is president.
Well, yeah, he was running for president.
I mean, no, he is running for president. And my thing is where I think this kind of fits in. You know, I'm not saying Donald Trump is the Antichrist, but what I do what we have to worry about is who his right hand man is, which is just so happens to be his son-in-law, which his name is
Jared Kushner.
Jared Kushner. Now, when Trump got in and he, had this guy come be with him and stuff and all that, whatever, people just kind of looked over Jared Kushner, and I think that's probably
the worst thing that you could have done.
The worst thing you could have done. Well, you have to realize this, though. Trump is a scary guy by himself because he likes to flex his power. He comes from power. Okay? So, and with all this going on, let's hit on this real quick. Remember the guy on Facebook, what was his name, that committed the murder?
Steve Stevens.
Steve Stevens. Well, that day, when he did this, we were at the all-time highest of being nuked by North Korea.
That was like in the beginning of it.
So once again, this thing is they're there to sidetrack you, to keep your mind off what's really coming.
Sleight of hand.
It's sleight of hand. So what everything is these kings and nations, they're all rising. They're all getting set up to usher in the New World Order on everybody, on everyone. But you know what? The New World Order and the Illuminati, Big Brother, the elite, moves very slow because this has been going on since day one. I mean, this has been going on over years and years and years, and that's why guys like us, we come out and talk about it. People are like, "You're nuts. Yeah. You've lost your mind.
They're always gonna say
this is America. It'll never happen to us." And like I always say, you better wake up because I mean
that's what they want you to think.
No, they done their job.
That's what they're training you to think by watching CNN every time.
Exactly, but now there is people that do know about it. So we're here, and I always like to say, I'm not here for you to like me. I'm not here for you to like what I have to say. But what I am here for is to tell you the truth that CNN doesn't, or Fox, or MSNBC, because they're all in this New World Order together. Okay, they're all against us, and you never forget that. when you think, I mean, just think about this. The Bible says when they talk peace and safety, soon comes sudden destruction. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now let's jump into Jared Kushner. This guy, people just kind of looked over him because, well, it's Donald Trump's son-in-law. Yeah, all right, we'll just look over him. Well, here's what they don't know. They do now because guys like us have been talking about it, and this is we're just kind of catching up with the times here. But we had other things to touch before we got to this point. Tell us what you know a little bit about Jared Kushner.
Well, he bought a building on 5th Central Avenue. Just so happens that the address is 666.
Right. Well, and don't forget,
little creepy to me.
and if
That's just creepy in itself.
well, and the thing is,
Why would he want that building in particular? Why would he pay 3 times as much for that specific building?
$1.8 billion.
In particular.
$1.8 billion. And here's the thing. He bought the building that's 666. That's the number of the beast. Okay. And he paid 3 times more than what the building was even worth. If you're a believer or a non-believer, that should kind of make the hair stand up on the back of your neck. These are the type of people we're dealing with.
And it's kind of like when we talk about ushering in the Antichrist. Somebody has to usher in the Antichrist, and we believe
that could be
could be Trump ushering in Jared Kushner as the Antichrist.
Well, and keep in mind now.
It's just a little.
Keep in mind that Jared Kushner.
Shiesty looking.
Keep in mind though, Jared Kushner had ties to 9/11. Okay,
he did.
He's he's Jewish, and he fits and he's always in the back.
The bill.
He's always in the back.
You'll see him. You'll see the meetings, and then you'll see Trump talking, and in the background you'll see Jared Kushner.
Yeah. So I mean,
just watching everything.
Really keep an eye on him.
There.
Keep an eye on that guy because he knows. I believe he tells Trump what to do. To be honest with you,
I believe it.
I mean,
I would believe it too.
I believe he tells Trump what to do. I believe that's the guy running our country. Not only that, the date when World War II started, I believe, Trump threw the missiles on Syria. Was it? Was it Syria? And they threw, I think it was 66, I believe. 66 on the 6th. 666. And he got the okay from who? Jared Kushner. He's the one that told him, yeah, go ahead and do it. So you got Jared Kushner, which his address is 666. He told Trump to throw the missiles on Syria, which was on the 6th, and 66 missiles, 666. So my thing is, they do it where they do it so slow and so sleight of hand that people don't catch on to this. So when you do learn about it and you go start telling all your family and your friends about it, people think you're nuts. People, you're not nuts. That's the thing. I've been doing this a long time. I've been following this probably since right after 9/11 because I started digging into certain things because certain things just don't add up, That's another story. And another one you have to really keep your eye on is Pope Francis. Pope Francis. The Pope before him, which was Pope Benedict, that guy he resigned. He quit he just said, I'm done, and he quit. There's been no Pope in history to do what he did. He's the first. So
something had to be going on to persuade him
not
to want to be the Pope.
I believe
Pope's one of the most beloved people on earth.
Well, ever. I mean, they say he's the closest one that can get to talk to God, which I don't know if it's the same God as we believe in, but but my thing is the Pope has, I mean, he's not even like a real Pope. He's like a rock star.
Yeah.
No, he is.
Yeah,
I mean,
when you see him, there's always a parade behind him. He's walking through a parade. There's millions of people coming to gathering to see him to talk.
And think about this though, the Pope did say, you don't have to believe in Jesus Christ to get to heaven. He's okay with the gay marriages. He's okay with all that stuff.
It's not okay.
Well, any person knows. I mean, if you read the Bible, that's not okay.
Definitely.
It's not okay because Jesus said...
We don't go by...
Well, Jesus said no one comes to the Father unless through me.
We don't go by what the Pope or anyone else says. We go by what the Bible says.
Well,
and that's what I believe that. That's what I believe people should do.
And that's exactly what they should do.
That's the only way.
But the thing is, man, they're too busy. They're too busy in life. And all this is passing them by, and they're just, whatever. You know, I mean, they see it on the news, and they're going, man, that looks pretty bad. You know, that looks pretty bad. And the thing is, they don't really get how serious and bad this
Very
is.
serious situation going on
So-
over in North Korea.
I'm going to ask you one thing about Trump. Excuse me. If Trump talks down North Korea and all the other nations,
He will be one of the most beloved people on earth. Well, the most beloved person on earth.
came in being hated
Mm-hmm.
by a lot,
Rose to power.
rose to power,
And then
and if he turns them all down, well, then you know. Then you know.
we'll know. Only time will tell.
You'll know. Only time will tell. But my thing is this is no game. This is not made up. This is real stuff. This is real life.
Yeah, it is.
You know.
Definitely.
And the thing is a lot of people, once they do figure this out, they get scared and they're just like, oh, I don't believe it.
It's not to be overlooked. It's there in plain sight. All you gotta do is
It's everything.
look at
That's the thing with the Illuminati and all the Luciferians. They hide everything in plain sight. Look at your celebrities. You see them all. I mean, they all have the same agenda, and that's because misery loves company. Just remember that. And the devil wants to take everybody straight to hell with him, and he's coming. And I'm telling you, he's here. He's here. We're just waiting for him to reveal himself. He's here, and he's coming for your soul. So whatever your weakness is, whatever it is that it pulls you away from Christ, that's exactly what they're doing. Whether it's pornography, whether it's drinking, whether it's drugs, whether it's pills. Because if you think about it, you can go to pretty much any doctor and go, yeah, here you go, write your prescription. Because they want to keep you drugged up. They don't want you to know what's going on. They don't want you to know what's going on. Why? I mean, think about it.
It's almost like the LA lifestyle that they live. The celebrities, they're out drinking, they're partying, they're doing drugs. Everybody wants to be like them, and that's what they want you to do. They want you to be They want you to be like them. And that's why they do it. That's why they advertise it like that.
Sure, you know, and I really wanted to dig in on Donald Trump's pastor. Now I'm not going to get too much into this, but Donald Trump says he's a Christian. Okay. Yeah, right, Christian. Well, his pastor was Norman Vincent Peale. Now, this is what really turned me off on Trump, because when he came in, I was a supporter of Trump. I voted for Trump. But do your research on that guy, Norman Vincent Peale. He's a 33rd Scottish Rite Freemason fake Christian is what he is. Donald Trump as well. Donald Trump is not. They're gonna pull something big, just like 9/11. And when it happens, boom, it's going to happen that fast. You're not going to be ready for it. But that's why you find a couple good YouTubers, and they can just don't think they're nuts, because this stuff is more real than you could ever believe. We live in a movie. We live in a fantasy, because an empire is only supposed to last 200 years, and they fall. Just read the Bible, and we're past 200 years. So all good things must come to an end, is all I can say. You know, and this is why I believe Jared Kushner, the Pope, Donald Trump, they're three main guys in this.
Keep your eye on them.
Keep your eye on them, because this
truth will reveal itself
very
quickly.
Well, God already said what they keep in the dark, He'll bring into the light. So you know. Anyway, this is some serious stuff, and you know this is just the tip of it. This is just the very tip of it. It gets way, you know.
It's deep.
It gets way deeper than this. So anyway, we're going to save that for another segment. We'll save that for segment 5. You've been watching reality news. Segment 4, talking Trump with Jay. My thing is, be ready, stay vigilant, stay focused, keep your lamps on. Reality news. Donald Trump, is he part of the Great Deception? We'll be right back.